soon-to-be Kingdom of Sweden was a region as yet unnamed, a province filled with adventures and challenges, with struggles and dangers, in an era of legends and myths, a province that would become Ostrobothnia. This is the story of Tobbe, the first Ostrobothnian we know by name. In the texts from 1303, we find the name Tobbe the Tinka, which is assumed to be Torbjörn from Tjöck. He and his family have a good life as farmers in the fertile coastal area. Torbjörn's closest neighbours live some 10 kilometres away, Mikael in Lappfjärd and his good friend Anders in Sastmola. During the winters, they embark on successful hunting trips to the forests of the Tavastians in the east. The bounty of nature is shared. The Tavastians in turn travel to the coast to fish. Lately, though, things have taken a turn for the worse. They have been attacked on their journeys. This year, things really got out of hand. Ulf, Tobbe's younger brother, out on his first hunting trip, is badly hurt and later dies. One morning in spring, while still grieving his brother, Tobbe decides that something needs to be done. He talks to Mikael to convince him to travel to tell the king of what has come to pass. Torbjörn has sailed to Stockholm several times to sell squirrel furs and salted fish. Last autumn he heard that a new king had been crowned, young King Birger. At last there's someone to turn to. Anders from Sastmola joins them. An early morning in May, they fill their boat with provisions and set sail. They travel along the coast and through the archipelago between Åbo and Stockholm. After a week's sailing, they step ashore in the capital. They deliberate about how to put forth their case. They have to present it convincingly. None of them knows how to write, so they have to tell the king in person about the injustices. A couple of days later, the moment of truth arrives. Anxiously, the three men walk up to the royal castle. Stuttering, they present their case to King Birger. The king looks concerned. Tobbe falls silent. Have they managed to convince the king? To their great relief, the king understands their concerns and agrees to send a letter to Niels Andersson, head of the castle in Åbo. In the letter is stated that Torbjörn, Mikael and Anders are to be left to farm their lands in peace. With renewed hope and a mission well accomplished, the three friends set sail for Ostrobothnia. This letter, written in Latin and dated 1st of June 1303, has often been referred to as proof of the royal support for the people of the coastal areas and the establishing of Swedish rule on the eastern side of the Baltic Sea. King Birger did not fare as well. His brothers Valdemar and Erik deposed him 3 years later. He took his revenge on them at the Nyköping banquet, his Christmas celebration in 1317, but was later exiled from the kingdom and died in Denmark. But the letter from the king and the rules laid out in it have been preserved in a number of copies, such as this one from the 18th century. It lived on for centuries in the eastern part of the kingdom.